Yo, what's good? My fellow main characters, my name is Bam, and welcome back to the channel for another video. And I know I started off the video with that energy, because I felt like it's fitting for what I kind of want to talk about in this video, even though we're kind of on a sad note. As many of you guys already know because I'm pretty late with this video, because I was thinking about it for some time. Well, not really thinking about it. I was processing what it meant to me for some time. As you guys know, a legend has passed away. A legendary storyteller has passed on to the next world. In respect to everyone's belief systems and faiths, I'm a Christian, so I believe in a life afterwards, and my hope is that he's in a good place right now. I'm talking about Akira Toriyama. The creator of Dragon Ball. I know he created another series or maybe some other work, but Dragon Ball is the thing that I grew up with. Dragon Ball is the thing that I think he's most known for, and he's gone. He's passed away. And it's interesting. I've had many conversations with a lot of friends about it. All of it being sad, right? All of it being like, man, he's gone. The creator of this series that has touched our lives. Man, the way Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball has touched my life has impacted my development as a person. I just... when you think about something and you try to measure the value of it, and you can't really put a measurement on it, because every time you try to think about it, you keep thinking more of the impact of it. That is Dragon Ball to me, man. That is Dragon Ball. For context, I think my favorite series of all time, like looking at it holistically, is One Piece. I think One Piece is one of the best animes and manga series ever created. But if I'm being objective in terms of the totality of my life, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z has made more of an impact in my development as a person when it comes to anime, when it comes to anime and nerd culture, than any other series I've consumed. Oh, man. So the shock of hearing about his passing was just so weird, man. It was just so weird to process, because I never met this man in my whole life. But the impact of his story is so integrated into my character development as a person. It's just crazy to me, man. It's such a weird feeling that I just have been... Oh, man. But just trying to process. And I always feel weird about making videos that I feel don't leave people with a certain impact, right? Don't leave people with making they feel better, or helping to enrich them with some kind of knowledge in some way or a new perspective. So I kind of held off on putting this video out for some time, because I was thinking about what's the value in it? What's the purpose behind this video? And something came to me that I would like to talk to you guys about. Going back down memory lane, going back into when Bam wasn't Bam, and he was just a kid growing up. This was actually before I got into Dragon Ball. This is before I knew about Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. My dad put me into a karate class. Because my dad, he used to do karate, and he used to be known as Lightning Legs back in the day when he was raised in Jamaica, and he wanted me to get into karate. And I've always found that martial arts interesting, way more interesting now that I've gotten older and I'm into fitness and everything. I love martial arts now. But I got into karate, and one of the things my karate instructor told me as I was going through the belts, he told me that I'm really good at the technique, I'm really good at learning, but I'm missing something. I'm missing something. And so I was able to get to white belt, yellow belt. But when it came to green, and I did the demonstration that they typically want you to do the katas to get to the next belt. My instructor skipped me over, right? And I kept on wondering why. You know, I was still pretty young. I wasn't quite coherent of everything. But he told me I don't have enough aggression in my technique. That there wasn't enough passion in it. Like my forms and everything I was doing was correct. But it wasn't enough of that aggression, that impact, that violence in it. And I didn't really know what to take it. My parents pulled me out of that because, you know, my mom and dad were watching me and they were like, what, this instructor doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, my son is doing it correctly. We're leaving. So I ended up leaving. I ended up going to soccer and just moving throughout life. And honestly, that kind of became a theme that, looking back now, I've noticed in my life through many different points. I've always been the type of person that prevented himself from getting angry. And I would even remember certain points in my development that I don't feel comfortable talking about on the internet right now. Where the anger would bubble over, right? Where I would not be in the best state of mind, where I would allow the anger to overwhelm me, and I would literally go into like a brawly style berserk mode. Thankfully not hurting anybody that I cared about, but still when I think back about it, like, it makes me feel uncomfortable in how I would have let my anger to consume me in those ways. And I bring this up because when I started watching Dragon Ball, and especially with Dragon Ball Z, that was the first time I felt like it's okay to get angry. It's okay to use these feelings that are coming up, this anger. And I think especially if you're a guy, right? And especially in this time period now, you know, anger is one of the emotions that we have closest to our chest, but feel the most uncomfortable with sharing with people and those around us, right? But Dragon Ball, especially Dragon Ball Z, said, yo, let that anger flow through you and use it for good. Keyword, use it for good, man. Use that rage and that raw emotion you're building to empower you so you can change the circumstances of things around you. It makes me reflect on the scripture that I recall from Proverbs. Don't remember the exact where in Proverbs, but it goes something like this. Be angry, but sin not. You see, anger in itself is not a bad thing. It is how you use anger that will determine if it is good or bad. See, all anger is a response from your whole being telling you you don't like what's going on right now. You don't like this circumstance. You don't like this situation. So here's the power and energy to change it. And I gotta give props. No. Even more than props. I gotta give honor and acknowledgement to the work of Akira Toriyama with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Because through Dragon Ball Z, through Goku's first transformations, through Kaioken, through every Saiyan transformation, right? To me, one of the biggest takeaways from Dragon Ball is realizing that the anger about the injustices in life, the frustrations about my inadequacy and my insecurities about being able to achieve in life, that anger, that heat, that rage that would just let sit inside me, is okay. It's okay to express it in a way that is right, in a way that is productive, in a way that will not just forward my things but protect the people around me. It is okay to embrace your anger for the right purposes. You know, it's unfortunate, but it's really only until his passing that I can really just sit down and digest how really impactful Dragon Ball was to me. And I think that's the biggest takeaway, man. That's the biggest takeaway. Oh, man. Oh, man. The biggest takeaway from Dragon Ball: don't bottle your anger. Use it. Don't become like Broly, man. Don't be like Broly and just go berserk and out of control, right? But utilize. If you're a similar type of person like me, and you, I'm not saying you have anger issues, but if you have like anger inside, find a safe place, find a solitude place. My place I like going to is the gym, man. I like going to the gym. I like taking that aggression and that and just taking it and lifting some weights, man, and pumping some iron and just doing whatever. Even when I make videos, man, I realize there's certain times where I use my videos as an outlet for that rage. And how productive is that? Like, how amazing is that? Like, through the proper use of my rage, I've built my body into something healthy and strong that's capable of protecting those around me, that's capable of keeping my body safe from harm and injury. From the utilization of that anger, I've been able to make some of my best content. You guys might not have noticed the anger in the content, but that's how at least for me, that's how I use it. It's like when you look at Goku when he goes Super Saiyan, you know, the first time you go Super Saiyan or the first time you embrace your anger, it's going to feel rough. It's going to feel like a rough ride, okay? But if you get used to it, if you get used to using that, you're going to be able to be like Goku in the Cell Saga when he came out of the hyperbolic time chamber with Gohan, and then he just got this yellow hair flow and he's just like chilling, but it's got that energy under control, man. And it's going to be by power, because that's what anger is. Anger is the power to change your circumstance. And sometimes we change our circumstances for bad, but sometimes we can make the choice to change the circumstances for good. And Akira Toriyama, thank you for teaching me that. And my heart goes out to the family. And man, videos like this, I don't know how to really close out, man. I don't really know how to do it. But I guess I'll just say thank you. I think I might do a Dragon Ball marathon, you know, just to kind of like redigest that stuff again, man. Dragon Ball Dogma, is it Dama? Dama? Something like that. It's coming out soon. I plan on watching that, so I hope they do a good job with that. Also, the new Dragon Ball Sparking Zero gameplay came out, or gameplay or gameplay showcase came out, and that game's looking kind of saucy and good too. So the Dragon Ball franchise is gonna live on. The impact that Akira Toriyama left is going to be left strong and firm for a long time, man. I don't think Dragon Ball's going away anytime soon. Oh man, a legend has passed away, guys. Yeah, legend has passed away. And it makes me sad and angry at the same time. But thanks to Akira Toriyama, I know what I can do with that anger. And I'm gonna use it to keep making content. I'm gonna use it to keep making content that I think will be valuable to you guys. I'm gonna keep doing my best to improve the circumstances of my life and those around me. And I'm gonna use that anger as fuel and energy to change the circumstances of the world, man. Thank you, Akira Toriyama. Thank you, Akira Toriyama. All right, guys. I'll see you guys for a more cheerful, happy, or informative video in the future. My name is Bam. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.